Hello, ma'am. How are you today? Ma'am, I was looking to speak to a senior code enforcement official.
Mr. Horton?
Whoever that may be.
He's the manager. Okay, I'll give him a call.
Okay, ma'am. I'll
What's
be
your
out
name?
here. My name is Mr. McGuire.
Mr. McGuire, okay. I will go see if he's in his office and available for you.
Okay, well, I think he's there just right behind you there, ma'am.
Mr. Horton?
Yes, sir.
How are you today, Mr. Horton?
Doing fine. Doing fine. What's going on?
Would you have an office, Mr. Horton?
Yes, I do.
Can we use it, sir?
No, we can't.
Okay.
It's not meant for
The
other
public?
customers. This is the customer area right here.
Okay. I was served a summons today.
Okay.
It says that I need to contact code compliance.
Okay.
That's what I'm here to do, sir.
Okay. And what are you wanting to contact us for?
Well, to resolve the issue with the chickens, of course.
And that's fine. If you want to ask for an inspection, we'll set one up later on. It won't be right now.
Well, now that's what I had a question about. So what I'd have to do to correct this is you guys would have to come and see my property.
Basically confirm that the violation is gone. That's what it says. You know, if the violation's gone, you need to contact the code enforcement and for an inspection.
I think I went over with with this before. The violation's not gone. It's not mine. The chickens are in the neighborhood somewhere. When I left my home, they weren't on my property at that point in time. So
Okay.
here we are.
Well-
What can we do?
Well, I mean, all I can explain to you from what I see, like I said, we went through this. You know,
I know.
we have our evidence. You can present your evidence. That's fine. That's what it's all for. But you know, if you have chickens on your property that need to be removed, then maybe when they're on your property, you should remove them or have them removed to avoid the problem in the future.
How do I go about removing them?
Catching them, I mean, that's all I can tell you.
So it's the responsibility of homeowners to round up nuisance animals that.
If they're on your property is your responsibility.
Okay. I had another video that I wanted to show you.
Okay.
Would that be okay, sir?
We also don't have the right to go on people's private property and take chickens off of the property.
Well, I mean, and I also don't feel like you have a right to force me to let you search my property.
No, it's not forcing you to do anything. We've told you that if you want to clear this,
But if I don't, then I have to pay all this money.
no,
in fines.
you have to go to hearing like we've discussed earlier. I didn't say you had to pay a dime yet. That's not up to me to decide. That's up to the special magistrate.
Just I don't feel like I'm getting the full gambit here. Now here's these other chickens I was telling you about. They're down on the other side of Easy Street. There's another group of them. They just roam freely throughout the neighborhood, and as you can see here.
You're providing information that shows me that there are other chickens in the neighborhood. Okay, I'm still of the mind that that you were harboring or keeping chickens on your property at one time. That's a determination for the magistrate, for the judge to make, basically. Well, and the way to prove that is to let us see the property. But if you choose not to do it, then you can just come and provide your testimony that says, "I don't have the chickens anymore," as you can tell. Okay. If you don't, in the event you don't want to let us on the property to see, then go ahead and provide that information during the hearing.
Now, if I was to let you on my property and you saw there was no chickens there,
Well, at that point, I would believe we'd have to close it for lack of evidence at that point. If we ask you to remove the chickens and there are no chickens there,
what I would have to do is have you come out at a time when they've migrated somewhere else down the street.
I still think and say maybe you ought to try to consider getting them off the property, taking them off the property, netting them and taking them to someone that's got some ag property where it might be. I don't know
I've
whose
tried
chickens
doing
they
that.
might be.
No one wants these because they're not tame.
Yeah.
They'd be hard to put in. They're not used to people.
Yeah, you can't cage them up every night and keep them away from the raccoons.
I've tried to work with you people on having someone come and take them. Like I had
Well,
that on
you know,
Craigslist.
you people doesn't cover code enforcement because we can't take chickens. Okay, we can't do that. That's not in our forte.
But I mean, you guys have sent police to my home. You've done several things. I feel like if you'd have taken just a little bit of that resource to use to actually catching these chickens and removing them, then it would have been much more well spent.
Well, we have a method that we must use, to protect everybody involved. We don't have a method to take the chickens off the property at present. Okay.
Maybe it's something to look into because it's certainly become a problem in this area.
Well, and I appreciate it. I see obviously from what you showed me, there's a lot going on there. Okay. So that's something that I will present forward and see what we can do. But I know it won't be at my level.
There's nothing I feel that I can reasonably do. I don't think it's reasonable for me to trap these animals. I don't know if they have diseases. I'm not willing to try and grab one of these roosters that have spurs on it and scratched up. I don't feel like that's reasonable to me.
Again, that's up to you. But I would still say on my property, I would want items removed. If it had to be by me, then it would be. Okay. You have to make that decision on your own. That's evidence you can present to the magistrate, in your defense at that time. I mean, we're going to have our stand. You've obviously got your stand. There's nothing wrong with having your stand. Okay.
Okay, and one more thing. I would like to inspect and document your last email sent or received that you had here today.
You can get it from the records department.
I can't view it from you.
No, you can't. You
can print it.
That area is not meant for customers. This area is meant for customers.
Could you perhaps print it and just allow me to view it out here?
I can tell you to get it from the records office.
Okay. Could you give it to me in writing as to why I can't see that record today?
Because records requests go through the records office.
I just
I
can't
don't know
view
what my last email is at this point.
I don't care what it is. I just want to see the last one sent or received for the day.
Well, the best thing for you to do would be to go through the records office to get it. I can give you the name of the public records person and give you the card to go up there and take care of that if you wish.
Okay. But I would just really like to view what that you have. See the original document and inspect it, document it.
Well, again, I would have to ask that initially you go through the public records request to do that.
Okay, you can get me that contact information, but I would like to see it from you.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, but it's going to have to come through her first. Okay. I have no problem doing it, but it's got to go through an approval process for me.
Okay. Are you familiar with Chapter 119 of Florida Statutes of Public
Not
Records Law?
particularly or specifically, no.
Okay. Well, the way that it generally works is there's things called a custodian in the public records, and that's the person who has the record at this time. And so if there's not something that you need to redact from it.
Again, I will ask you to go through the public records request that way, okay?
But there's no way that I can get the record from you today.
No, there's not.
Okay. All right, sir. Well, thank you.
You have every right to get them from me as long as I'm told it's okay to do so in that respect, because I don't know.
I just wanted to view it
anything
now,
about 119 directly.
because now I'm on premises, like I'm
I
here.
understand.
I want to see the original document.
Yeah.
I don't mind if you print it out so I can look at it here.
And you can ask her. I will send a copy up that way and take care of it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, sir. Well,
All right.
Well, thank you,
sir.
Thank you.